What's good, YouTube? ToxicSight here, back again once again with another video, and in this video we're going to be discussing Mcuddles. As you can tell, and like all videos, these are just my personal opinions. They are not professional, they are not anything. This is just how I play the champions. Mcuddles, for one, is one that I used to play a lot of with Leviathan whenever it was deemed his best, but I haven't really played him since they lost the fourth talent. He didn't lose Leviathan, it's still there. I can't remember what he lost. I don't remember what he lost, but Mako is not my top front line, probably never will be, because he relies so much on his hook to hit, and I just aren't good at aiming and predicting people's movements with the direct shot like that. But his talents are half shell. Shell shield is placed on the ground instead of channeled around you and lasts 2 seconds longer. Leviathan, increase your ultimate charge rate by 15, your maximum HP by 500. Activating it resets the cooldown of Dredge Anchor and Shell Spin. Pluck, for 4 seconds after hitting an enemy with Dredge Anchor, your next weapon shot against that enemy will do 75% increased damage. In my opinion, with this change to Leviathan about it adding 500 HP, ultimate charge rate by 15, and everything else, and the cooldowns, in my opinion, half shell and plucker is best too. Like I said, I'm never going to be good enough to use pluck, so half shell is really good. The loadout with it is increase the health of the shield by 1,000, increase healing received from other players while at or below 50% health. Heal for 150 per second, or every second while shell shield is active. Reduce the cooldown of shell shield by 0.6 seconds for every 500 damage absorbed, and heal for 500 for each enemy hit with shell spin. Basically, his primary is just his cannon firing, dealing 550 damage every 1 second. Dredge Anchor, hurl your anchor. If it hits an enemy, reel it in and deal 100 damage, stunning them. Shell shield creates a shield in an area around you to protect yourself and the ground, to protect yourself and allies from up to 4,000 damage. Shell spin, retreat into your shell, spin forward, dealing 500 damage to enemies, hitting and displacing them. And then the ultimate, Ancient's Rage, call for the power of the Ancients, increasing your health and trading your cannon for an anchor that deals 500 damage per swing, 550 damage per swing. So this is what the cannon shot looks like. The anchor lost some range, if I remember correctly, during the latest updates to him. It stuns them, which is cool, but like I said, you would have to actually take the time and I know doing it this way is not really predicting anything, but I'm just showing you his talents in the shooting range. I will be doing videos with each of these champions in actual matches. I haven't decided if I want to do them in casual or ranked. I'm probably going to do the ones I'm not good at in casual. His movement ability, it shows him jumping into his shell and spinning. His half shell, it just places it on the ground whenever you use a half shell for the duration that runs along the bottom of the screen. It's not the longest duration, but it is enough to get the job done most of the time. His Ancient's Rage, he throws the cannon away. But that's all of his talents. We're going to go over to Pluck, which I'm not good at, like I've been saying. The talent here is heal or the loadout here is heal 400 damage after hitting an enemy with Dredge Anchor. We're still keeping determination to reduce the or increase the healing by 10% whenever you hit below 50. Heal for 100 every second that Shell Shield is activated. Reduce the cooldown of Dredge Anchor, and then reduce your damage taken by 20% for 2 seconds after hitting an enemy with Dredge Anchor. Now, you remember whenever I used Shell Shield with the previous loadout, how I laid it on the ground? This is what it normally is, where it actually follows you, and you can't do anything. You can't shoot until it's done. You can cancel it to get back to your shooting and everything. But Makoa is really fun to play. He's got a ton of health. But like I said, it just takes a lot to hit the anchor. His anchor is what makes him in a lot of games. You're in trouble if you go against a good hooking Makoa. You're okay if you run into a crappy miss 3 out of 5 or something. But if you run into one that can hit like 4 out of every 5 anchors, or even better yet, if you run into somebody that never misses an anchor, you might not win that match unless he's the only tank and he doesn't know when he needs to get back on and focus the point. But the items, his are pretty self-explanatory for frontlines. Reju, like always, he's a decent cauterize. If you're running Pluck, I would say Chronos. If you're running Half Shell, probably Morale Boost. And then whatever defense you need, or Master Riding to get to the point faster to cap. But that's about it for this. Remember, if you like the content, like the video, please leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. There will be videos coming out almost daily for Paladins. But until then, be good to yourself, be good to your loved ones, and I will see you in the next one.